All right, it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a long while. Don't be shocked. It's still me. I'm just way older. Some of y'all have been watching shows from 35, 36, 37 years ago. So yes, you age over those 37 years. Hair falls out, wrinkles happen. Anyway, still working out, still lifting, still teaching stuff. So there's the next series of shows, because when I was in my 20s and I started the show, you feel like I'll be doing this forever. So, and now at this age, I'm like, okay, this could be my last show. So what do I want to impart? There's a lot of junk out there. And let me say this. I was called a fitness expert by the press before I was 30. I earned it. I started lifting when I was 13 and studying, not just, I went to the Soviet Union and studied at the age of 24, okay? I earned fitness expert. Don't ever call me an influencer. Don't ever call me an influencer. I hate the word influencer. I've got a bunch of people running around that are 20 acting like they can teach you something that they learned from a 22-year-old on TikTok. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. So I'm going to show you some stuff. It's all my favorite stuff. Is there one way to do this? No. There's many. There's a myriad ways of training. That's why I loved weight training. There's so many. I've done powerlifting. I've done some Olympic lifting. I didn't like that much, by the way. Power cleans, didn't like them. Bodybuilding, athletic training. I've done it all and liked it all to some extent. Kettlebells. There's not one way to do this. There's not one best way to do it. There's just a lot of different ways to do it. So what I'm going to show is show you my favorite stuff. I've been now training for almost 52 years, straight through. I started at 8 years old. I got serious at about 12, okay? So I'm fixing to be 65. So you do the math. So, and studying it. So started at 13 reading college level books on training. Out of all the stuff I've learned, and then I talked to friends like David Lord, who was one of the best bodybuilders that ever come out of the state of Alabama. I was explaining to him what I'm fixing to show you, and he was like he had never heard of it. And I know I've taught it to him. So that's what if I was going to leave the planet tomorrow, just to show you my favorite, the best, this is what you're going to get from what I'm going to show you in this next series of TV shows. I'm going to show you different types of supersets, giant sets, circuits. Why? Unless you are going to be a competitive Olympic lifter or a competitive power lifter, this type of training is for all of you. If you want to be a bodybuilder, if you just want to be in shape, it doesn't matter. And by the way, when I was powerlifting, I would do 5 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 3 or 8, whatever I was doing. But then the assistance work was done just like I'm fixing to show you. I learned it from a book when I was like 14 or 15 and fell in love with the system. As much as I love training, I don't like wasting time. I'm ADHD as heck, and I don't like wasting time. And my mind needs to keep going to make this fun. And if you're doing some kind of fitness thing right now and you're not having fun, you're not going to keep doing it. That's just the fact. If you're getting up every morning, putting on a pair of shoes and going out in the streets and running and you hate it, park the shoes, buddy, and start lifting weights because you're not going to do it. You got to find something you love. So this is, after years of doing this, finding the ways that I love it. And I'm going to start with this. It's the simplest one. When I show you this, David Lord said, oh, yeah, I know about that for arms. Everybody knows about bicep, triceps. I'm going to get into different planes of motion on future shows. I'm going to talk this long in the training segments because we still make a living teaching people this stuff. This is a little appetizer, but we are actually shooting new shows with this old face because people have told me and my wife, I watch him every morning. I'm not on every morning, by the way, but they say I keep seeing the same shows. Is he ever going to shoot a new show? And I thought, okay, I feel guilty. I don't have any sponsors. I am the sponsor, so I didn't feel as much pressure as I used to when I had sponsors. I'm going to show you the first exercise is a press down with a rope. It's very specific. The next exercise is a curl for the bicep with a rope. I'm doing it. I have a setup in our gym, we got cables everywhere. I could do this between these two cables. I'm gonna keep it all here in case you're at home or in a place where it's 10 people deep to get there. And if you are, come see us, because we don't have crowds here. We don't do that. So I'm gonna start with just a press down. I'm not going into a lot of conversation about press down. It's this. I got it light. Keep it light. That's fine. One thing you will notice when you're doing a tricep press down is if you kick it out at the bottom, you will feel it a little more to the outside. The tricep's made up of 3 heads. That's why it's called tricep, short for tri. Get it? All right. On the rep scheme, if I was doing this, I would do 3 sets of 8. You could do 12, 10, 8, 6. And in other words, you do 8 here, 8 curl, 8 here. I would not rest. This is what I would do. I'd go there. I'd drop it to the bottom. You do a cable curl. Now the cable curl, if you keep straight up, that's like a hammer curl, right? You can also rotate it out to hit more of the bicep. Now when you get through with the bicep part, you start with the triceps. Let me tell you how that comes. Why do you start with triceps? You start with triceps because if your biceps get too pumped, which is, I've never had that problem, but if you did, it would keep you from getting full range of motion in the triceps. So when you're doing a superset like this, honest to God, it doesn't matter. You can do biceps first because they're going to be pumped. So you're going to have 0 rest, 10 seconds, whatever, between the press downs and the curls. Then you can rest a minute. Don't look at your phone. For God's sakes, put the phone up. Put the phone in your car. Don't bring the phone in the gym. Just don't, that's just retarded. Don't do that. That's not good. It's bad etiquette. It's not good. Just don't do that. Just don't be that person. Just break the mold. Don't be that person. If you're at home, by yourself, in your gym, in your home gym that you bought from Jason's Fitness, don't look at your phone. Put the phone downstairs and leave it there and enjoy the workout and the peace and the quiet that comes with it. All you should hear is somebody else grunting and you grunting. That's all the noise you need. I'm going to do it one more time. We'll pretend I'm doing sets of 8, right? The weight difference, like my triceps are way stronger than my biceps. And if I was really working out, the weight would be different. You want to use, somebody's going to ask me this question or send me an email and go, what about the weight? You want to use as heavy a weight as you can for whatever reps you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's 12, 10, 8, 6. It doesn't matter if it's 3 sets of 8, 4 sets of 6, whatever your rep scheme, you want the weight as heavy as you can make it for the rep scheme you're using that day. All right, like I said, that was a pretend workout. So I'll get into my beliefs and splits and stuff has changed too over the years, and as I've aged probably. I started out at 8 years old. I got a book by Steve Reeves in the little book. We all had these cement-filled Orbitron weight sets we got from Sears. And it said 3 sets of 8. When you get to 10, you go up on weight. That seems simple, doesn't it? Guess what? That's good advice today. I mean, that system has got to be over 60 plus years old. That's just full body, 1 exercise per body part, 3 days a week, 3 sets of 8. When it gets light enough you can do 10, go up.